we're going to take the appropriate tap for a 1.4 optical screw. Now a tap is, in a sense, a drill, but it's also a ream, and it has the threads just like a screw. It has threads on it, and it will result in the same thread size that is the screw being carved out on the inside of the cylindrical hole, which is currently in the screw block. So the goal here is to carve this thread pattern into the spot that we drilled in there using the tap. And once again, rather than using one of the more common tap implements like this one, which is very popular, and it's very helpful because you're going to want to wind your tap in half of a turn, back it out, dip it into your cutting fluid, clean it off, go back in, go in 1 3/4, back off, take it out, clean it, and oil it. That's the kind of preventative tapping you need to do, so that you, whatever you do, you don't break off a tap in your new prepared hole. So let's do that. Let's take our tap and start to go down into get that started. I've also prepared what I call a tap-friendly screw, in which I've taken a screw and I've cut, let me just rinse this off, I have honed off at an angle, I French cut a screw, so that when it goes in here it will actually clean and excavate a lot of the loose burrs, etc., that are inside this tapped hole. Let's go ahead and get this tapped, and then we'll try our screw. And back out, get that off, and rinse it out. This is probably a 5-turn receiver. There's 4. And back. Almost through now. And finally, all the way through. And there we are. And so we now have basically a tap in there like the screw that's going to be in there, establishing the threads and preparing this to work once again as a receiver of screws. Let's get this out of here, like that, and take our thread-friendly screw, which has the cut-off nose here. It's basically French cut. What I did was I basically came back about 5 threads, and I do that with my right hand. There's our thread-friendly screw going in there, and it's a nice zero tolerance. That screw is in there the way we wish it would be. So now we've got the re-established receiver hole in our screw block with a 1.4 tap, which was this one here. We've now got our 1.4 optical screw. We're past the French cut part and into the main body of the screw, which is where we will be using it once we place the assembly together and cut off the excess of the screw. The part that we're going to be using is probably going to be from about there to the cap head. So let's put a lens in this and see how that works.